Anansi. In honor of Black History Month, I will be discussing famous gods, deities, spirits, and monsters from varying African and African diaspora theologies, starting with Anansi. For some time, I have had a deep appreciation for the deity known as Anansi, as his tale has always intrigued me. Known throughout Western African theologies as a trickster god, he often takes the shape of a spider and is considered to be a god of all knowledge and stories. As his presence and importance has spread with the descendants of slaves and travelers, he has come to be known by a variety of names. Some of these names are Anansi, Kwaku, and in the southern United States is sometimes referred to as Aunt Nancy. His origins are speculated to derive from the Ashanti people in Ghana, before spreading to other Ashanti people in Ghana and then across the world. In terms of his appearance, this has been subject to change depending on the tribes or stories that are recounting his tales. In some tales, he is shown as a spider, in others as a human-spider hybrid, and in some, he is indistinguishable from the common man but possesses the ability to shift into a spider. For the majority of the history of Anansi's stories, they were distributed via oral stories, which were often adapted and retold based on the local beliefs, explaining why some tales hold inconsistencies regarding Anansi's appearance, powers, and even his moral standing. An example of this is the story known as How Wisdom Came to the World. In one version, Anansi is shown as greedy, as he desires to steal the world's wisdom for himself. But in another version of this story, Anansi is depicted as stealing the world's wisdom as punishment for people taking advantage of his vast wisdom. In terms of his abilities, within most folktales, Anansi is depicted as a participant in the rituals performed by a variety of deities who often bestow him with supernatural powers, which is why in some cultures he is referred to as a lesser deity. However, in other tales, Anansi is recognized as the son of the Earth Mother. So where his powers stem from is up to one's own interpretation of these tales. Some of these abilities being his healing touch, wisdom, and power over creation, as some believed he created the first human body. But more than anything, Anansi is known for his cunning mind that he often used to subdue his foes and trick his oppressors, which is why Anansi was often regarded as a symbol of survival. So much so that stories of Anansi often helped enslaved Africans establish a sense of continuity within their lives, which allowed them to form their own identities within their captivity. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the god Anansi and wish to learn more about the gods, creatures, and monsters from the African diaspora, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.